Hey everybody, this is the Aggressively Medium podcast with Lee and Josh.
Oh, it's episode 44.
Is it really?
It's episode 44. Welcome to episode 44.
44.
We have a new president.
Yeah.
We recorded this on the day of inauguration after 12 o'clock because Trump said he was coming. He said he was coming, but he...
Well, I'd like to see him come in like a WWE fighter. With
In
like
here?
background. No. Oh, he's coming here.
Yeah, he's coming
I
on
thought
the
you meant like
podcast.
I'll be at the inauguration, but I don't know when I'm coming.
Oh, no.
And he comes up in there like Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo!
No, he was coming to our podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
I couldn't get hold of him. So you talked to him?
I talked to him. He said he wanted to make it, but he's got some final preparations
some
in
buttons to
Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. Could
He's-
you imagine him like walking through that door and just like waving
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
and then sitting down in between the two of us?
I wouldn't really want to talk to him. Yeah.
I'd just say, why'd you F it up, man?
Yeah. We could have done this so much better
Yeah.
if you had listened to anybody.
Yeah. But anyways, so we've got a new
We've got a new
president.
stupid old white guy as a president again.
and
just like always.
yeah. So there's a couple of things that he wants to do initially. Oh, also, I saw this. Joe Exotic last night.
Did he get pardoned?
He didn't, but they thought so much that he was that they had a limo waiting outside the jail for him, and he didn't get pardoned.
Didn't he pardon like Lil Wayne?
He, yeah, somebody like that. Lil Wayne. Was it Mueller? I think maybe Mueller.
The Mueller investigation guy?
Yeah.
All this Russian collusion crap?
Yeah, I think he got
Who
him
cares?
out of
All
there.
right, Trump's out.
Trump's out.
Y'all are all
Biden's
so
in.
happy. It's going to be wonderful.
Well, this is what I have to say about it.
Yep,
I hope that Biden does well
I do too.
because that means the country does well.
But well, by whose standards?
My standards.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't hope he does well by his standards.
Yeah. I hope he does well
'Cause
by a
you
normal
talk- yeah.
person's standards.
We'll be in Thunderdome if
Yeah.
it goes well by his standards.
A couple of his first acts that he wants to do.
He's going to roll out a bunch of executive orders.
Yeah. This
Day
is one
one.
thing to me that was funny was he had all these things that he said. He was like, defund the police, get rid of student debt.
He never said defund the police, I don't believe.
I think he was a part of it. Yeah.
Wow.
So he said all that stuff, and then the week that like the election was like finalized, he was like, "Hey guys, look, we
We're
got to
not
stop saying defund the police.
Yeah.
I can't just go in there and forgive everybody's student debt now." So
Right.
he's backing up a lot of things that he said.
And y'all just eat it up.
Yeah. Which goes to prove to all the kids out there listening that
You can lie
if
your way to the top.
If you do a mediocre job
For 40 years,
for 40 years
you'll become the president of your company.
in your 8th decade of life,
Yeah.
you'll
Well past your expiration date.
you can do it. You too can do it.
If Joe can do it, you can do it.
Yeah. Fantastic. Can't wait for the next 4 years.
And if it mattered at all how the VP got picked, this would be cool for black women. But she was just decided upon by one guy. She didn't get voted in. So I need everybody to just relax on how important this black lady being the VP is. She was picked by a white guy. She wasn't voted in. She didn't win some contest. She was picked arguably to help his campaign.
I like to when
She's
she
a
was,
puppet.
She
So
said
she
said Biden was a racist, and then
she said that like
yeah,
less than a year ago.
yeah, and then when they asked her about it, she was
said it
like,
was a
"It's a
debate."
campaign.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?"
We were at a debate. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't I say that?
So that either means
Okay.
that she was lying,
Yeah.
or
Which politicians,
yeah.
Democrat politicians don't lie. So,
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
So Joe Biden's a racist?
Yeah.
Either he's not racist and she's a bold-faced liar, or she's telling the truth and he's a racist.
He's a racist. Either way,
Take your pick.
Either way, it's great for the country.
Yeah.
One of his big things is he wants to bring about a lot of unity, is what he's saying.
So 150 million illegal aliens are going to get amnesty.
Which
That's on the list.
yeah, and then $15 minimum wage.
Yep.
Which will be fantastic.
That's the good one. So
if you're a
with
small
that,
business.
I don't know what the going rate is to be like a economics advisor to the Democrat Party, but I bet it ain't $15 an hour. It ain't that high.
You don't think it's $15 an hour?
It can't be, because anybody that understands how that would work and how it won't work somebody needs to listen to them.
Well, and I've talked to a guy, I think I might have even talked about it on here before, that he owns like a bunch of warehouses and stuff. He employs a lot of people in his warehouse. He said the second that it's $15 an hour, I'm firing everybody and bringing in robots. So what are you going to do in the case of people getting fired?
Fast food's already
for
doing
robots.
it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. McDonald's, you can order a little touchscreen thing.
And have you not... So this is a precursor... Like, a lot of fast food restaurants and restaurants in general are about to be done with seating.
Yeah.
Like Chick-fil-A's even toying with just drive-through only.
Really?
Yeah.
God, that would stink.
But with all this COVID crap, they've had to close their things. Chick-fil-A's making more money than ever.
I don't see how restaurants are making it right now.
They don't. They're not. They're living off the back end of this, of the EIDL and PPP loans.
Which they just had another round of PPP stuff, so
yeah,
there's that.
But there's also a ton of news about all the secret stuff in the PPP loans. Like how incredibly hard it is to like get back after.
Yeah.
Like they're going to come after you.
Yeah.
When you don't make the payments.
I heard they're giving there's a bunch of different like little stuff in there. I heard they're giving $100 to everybody who has a parrot.
What?
Yeah. They're giving money to everybody else, so they might as well. They were like $100 million was going to like aid in Afghanistan or something, and like all this other stuff. So, yeah. I heard everybody who gets a parrot gets $100.
I'm about to go get some parrots.
Yeah, we're getting some parrots. We got some coming in. Amazon surprisingly has them.
But let's suss this out. You don't have any employees from Mammoth, really.
No.
Other than you.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to use me as an example. See if you guys can follow. This is kind of complicated. And by complicated, I mean it's the easiest thing to understand in the world. If you have common sense.
Yeah.
So here we go. I have 10 employees. They're all part-time. They range. Nobody makes $15 an hour that works for me, but everybody makes more than $7.25 minimum wage. I did that on purpose. Just because it's my livelihood, and so I want employees that care. And if you're making minimum wage, you're probably not going to sweep as well as somebody who's making $1 more than minimum wage.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have nobody at 15. I have 10 employees. The day that happens, and now I have to pay 10 employees $15 an hour, I fire 6 employees to get back to whatever my number is. Because if I have 10 at different numbers, and then I have to do 15 for all 10 of them, to get back to here, I have to fire 6 people.
So that's 4 employees.
That leaves me 4 employees that are still part-time.
Including or not including yourself?
Not including.
Okay.
So that's me and a rotation of 4 employees. Now, I'll never be able to have it fully staffed for any shift because I can't pay $45 an hour to have 3 people running the truck, even at its busiest. So now I'm down to, at most, I'll have 2 people on the truck. So that keeps me where I can make money. This isn't greed. This is numbers on paper.
Yeah.
Common sense. So now food quality is going to go down. Because I've only got 2 people.
Yeah.
The line's going to be longer. It's going to take longer to get your food. My employees are going to suffer. One of them might quit.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
I can't bring back my good employees or any of the 6 that I fired. But they also can't get a job anywhere else because nobody's paying them $15
an hour.
So now, let's say there's 100 of me just in Tuscaloosa. My size business, same situation.
Yeah.
That's 600 people that cannot get a job.
Yeah, and that's like that's a low estimate. I would
Right.
think
I'm going lowball on all this.
Yeah.
Now multiply that by the country. Have
So,
fun. Have fun. You want to see unemployment numbers? Make businesses pay people $15 an hour
Yeah.
for jobs that aren't worth $15 an hour.
If minimum wage is $15 an hour, I won't be able to pay myself.
No.
Mammoth.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
So let's not forget what culture we live in right now,
Mm-hmm.
where everything that happens to me that I don't like is a slight against me as a human. So now I find me a skeezy lawyer who's
Mm-hmm.
not making any money, and I file or one of my 6 employees gets with the other 5 and says, I think he fired us for no reason except
Yeah.
for being greedy. Let's sue him.
Yeah. The good news is Alabama is an at-will state. You don't need a reason
Right.
to fire somebody. But I get where you're going. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And across the country, that will happen.
You think a McDonald's in San Francisco is not going to get a class action lawsuit against it? You're kidding me.
There'll be a lot of robots in those McDonald's.
Yeah. I can't pay for robots.
Yeah. Well,
Unless they make a robot easement grant in the internet and I can buy some robots.
hey, they might.
They might, by God. They'll
Yeah.
do anything else.
They're giving us
So,
10 grand worth of student loans,
That's fantastic.
which I paid my student loans off a long time ago, the good old fashioned way.
Those 6 credit
With
hours, you
hard
got
work.
those paid off?
The 6 credit hours I earned, thank you very much.
Okay.
But I was there for 2.5 years. So
Heck yeah.
I
It's a
paid
lot
for
of
more.
books you didn't read.
I paid for more credits than that. I just didn't get them.
Heck yeah.
It was like I put a quarter inside of like an arcade machine,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "No, another quarter." I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, no.
It's
I don't think you heard us right. You have to put a quarter in the machine." I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense. Quarter in the machine."
And then you got 1 ticket.
And I got one. I got 1 credit.
Yep.
For 4
1
quarters, I
ticket.
got,
And that'll
one
get
ticket.
you like an eraser
Yeah.
for your pencil.
I was thinking about it the other day.
Well,
If I get fired from if something happens and I get fired, oh boy, I'm screwed.
yeah.
I have no education.
You'll start selling shirts.
Yeah, I'll start doing something. I guess I'll start working at McDonald's, making my
Not if-
$15 an
yeah.
hour. Here's the other thing: is the
But I just want to. That makes sense, right?
yeah, yeah. You'll,
Does that make sense to you guys?
have
yeah,
so
duh.
you currently your outflow.
There is a number you have that you cannot go over for
Yeah.
labor. There's just
We'll break this down. We'll say at the end of the week you pay all of your employees $100. I know that's not true,
right. I'm following.
but we'll say and that's your break even.
my
number.
labor cost for that week
Yeah.
cannot go over $100.
Over $100. That's your break even point.
Yeah.
So when $15 an hour goes into effect, so the current minimum wage is
$7.25.
So we'll say double.
It's double plus more.
Yeah, but you're paying your employees a
Double
little bit
minimum
more. And so
Yeah.
we'll say now your number is $200 a month that you're having to pay
We were a week, right?
in a week. Yeah,
Okay.
in a week. And so,
So my labor just doubled.
your labor doubled. And so since your labor doubled and you can't charge more for a grilled cheese, you're already charging
I'm at max
$15
cap.
a grilled cheese. You can't go over that.
You
People aren't
lose
going
half
to
your,
pay. Yeah.
the only way you can get that money
Yeah.
is not having half
Not
of
having
the
those
staff.
employees. So you have to cut those employees to get back to your break even
Yeah.
number.
It's
I
not
get that.
greed, it's functionality.
Yeah. And the good news is when you raise the dollar amount to $15 an hour, inflation doesn't happen. So a Toyota Camry will probably now cost $90,000.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you got to think that far out too.
If Camry's if if the Camry factory
yeah.
has 100 employees that don't make $15 an hour,
Well, not in Vietnam or wherever
Right.
they're at. Yeah.
so when you have to do that,
Mm-hmm.
either they lose half their staff, which they can't do,
Mm-hmm.
so they can raise the price of their goods.
Yep.
So now all these people fired from their hourly wage jobs can't afford a $90,000 Camry.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be able to.
Yeah. They'll probably have a Camry relief program. I
yeah,
can get a
well,
Camry.
I'll probably at that point, because I mean, if it goes up to $15 an hour, you're gonna have to pay the guy who makes $20 an hour way more,
because he's actually worth
more than $5 over minimum wage.
Yeah,
and so it's just gonna be, there's a trickle down effect to that.
Because if I'm gonna make $20 being the floor manager, or I can make $15 running a cash register. Kiss my A. I'm not going to manage people for $5 extra.
And I think there's this big and okay, so I will agree to an extent that there are these large corporations that are just making money hand over fist. Amazon,
cool,
making money hand over fist. Walmart's making money hand over fist. But the small businesses aren't. Like, through COVID, there are a lot of, I mean, Mammoth has struggled in COVID. Everybody struggled. Yeah. That's not Walmart and Amazon and all these other places. So when people look at it, they go, corporate greed. We need to bring minimum wage to $15. If you're making $100 billion, I should make $15 an hour. Yeah. And it's like, well, maybe in those situations, okay, whatever, fine. But then, so they say, okay, well, if you're a large corporation, we immediately bring your number to $15 an hour. Okay. If your profits are X dollars, then you have to pay your employees $15 an hour. Well, who isn't going to go work for an Amazon fulfillment center where all they got to do is scan barcodes and put boxes out the door? And then the guy, like the food truck that can't pay $15 an hour, they're at $7 an hour. Where are their employees? They don't have any employees because everybody's going to go work at Walmart as a greeter, making $15 an hour.
But have you seen the Walmart market on our side of town? Mm-hmm. So just the market, not the main market. It is
every single one of them.
Only
computers.
Out. Yep, and I love it.
Yep.
But they're getting ahead of this. They're not going to get messed.
Oh gosh, no! They see this coming, man.
But you know what's going to happen too is they'll have some kind of like kickback on corporations.
Oh yeah.
Like if you don't, as many as you don't fire and you have to pay them $15 an hour, we'll give you a tax credit.
Yeah.
For each, and that's gonna happen. Yeah. That's what happens.
Absolutely.
So you think you're down with the big guy, and then they coddle the big guy on the back end, and the only person that gets hurt are small businesses.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Speaking of government.
Yeah, more government. Thank God. I can't wait to keep talking about the government.
We have had a third mayoral candidate for Tuscaloosa. Mm-hmm. She's an English professor here at the university.
Super qualified. She's an English professor.
Well, but let's go back though.
So
let's go back.
That's cool.
I mean, if we're talking about not qualified versus qualified, there's only one person that's extremely qualified for the job, which is the incumbent. But
doofus.
But we, I think Tuscaloosa wants change right now. That's what's coming out of this.
We said it last week. 16 years is plenty of time.
You said that. I said if you're doing a great job.
Yeah, but he's not. Arguably. Arguably.
Maybe.
You got a raise. You work for the city. That's cool.
I haven't gotten a raise.
Well, you're supposed to. That's what part of this money was. But you got some new trucks.
Yeah, we got new trucks.
Well, I'd vote for him too if he gave me a new truck.
But so now we have the lady. Do you remember her name? You looked it up.
Rutabaga or something, isn't it? Serena
Fortenberry.
Was she on that Disney show, The Wild Fortenberries?
The Wild Fortenberries, I think so.
Yeah, where they could talk to animals.
So now we've got Fortenberry, we've got Maddox, and we've got Houston.
Mm-hmm. Voting for Houston.
I think Houston is going to be a good candidate. I think he's going to be the guy. I haven't seen a ton of his policies and stuff. He has come out and said some things that he stands for.
Yep.
Which I agree with those.
Yeah.
I know him personally, so it's going to be a little bit easier for me to vote for somebody that I know. I mean, if you kind of know somebody who sells houses and then you don't know a person that sells houses, you're probably going to lean towards the guy that you know sells houses.
Information brings comfort. You know a lot of information about the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I know a little about the guy. I'm happy as a clam to vote for him.
Yeah, and he's he's got a couple of events and stuff.
March 2nd's vote day, by the way.
Okay.
Yep.
So March 2nd, get out and vote for whoever you think's qualified. If you want a professor in there of English.
So, a good thing. He's the only... Houston.
Yeah.
He's the Republican candidate.
Mm-hmm.
They're both Democrat.
They're both Democrat?
She is.
Okay.
He is. Walt Maddox is incumbent as a Democrat.
Yeah, I know he was.
Somewhat progressive. You got to imagine this lady's crazy progressive. If I had to guess.
Based on
reading this article.
Yeah, which the article said.
She was integral in the Jelly of the Month Club. Not the Jelly of the Month Club. She was integral. She was integral in the I just read it. She doesn't think the government is managed well. That's been her rallying cry.
Which I will say, it was funny earlier when we were talking about it, and she said,
"Say it right."
I'm going to say it.
Say it right. Don't just say it. Say it correctly.
So Lee doesn't like Walt Maddox.
Nope.
And thinks there needs to be change.
Mm-hmm.
This lady said,
"It's time for change."
It's time for change. And Lee said, "What are you going to change?"
I said,
"What do you need to change?"
But I put the emphasis on her. What are you going to change?
So
that's what I said.
Lee wants change, but then when change comes, he says, "Never mind."
Change does not mean
it was just funny.
Progression.
It was just funny.
But so we've seen. You've been here a long time. I've lived here over a decade now. There's a lot of young libs in Tuscaloosa, more than there were.
Mm-hmm. Tuscaloosa has also changed a lot for the better.
Okay, I'm not talking about politics.
Okay, I'm not either. I'm just saying Tuscaloosa's changed for the better.
It's changed.
I think for the better.
Depends. We could do 5 podcasts talking about the changes in Tuscaloosa. But anyway, she's going to pull... Whenever you have 3 candidates and 2 of them for one party, it's good for the other one.
Yeah.
Because they're going to split.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of people that are tired of Walt in general. A lot of people don't think he did enough liberal things, especially with COVID.
Mm-hmm.
He's letting these college students drink, running the street. I can't believe it. He needs to spray paint his hair blue. They're going to get on board with Fortenberry.
Yeah.
And so now his votes are at least 75-25 split. He's losing some people no matter what.
Yeah.
Hopefully a lot of them come over to old Houston.
Yeah.
But if not, they'll gravitate towards Eliza Thornberry.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's even better situation for Houston.
Yeah, I think being a pastor is going to help him a lot.
Yep.
I think being
just say it.
A football player.
Yep.
Is going to
keep saying it.
National championship winning football player.
Yep. One of the best fullbacks we ever had. He's
African American is going to help him.
Gentleman
a lot.
of color.
Yeah. That's going to help him a lot.
Extremely.
I think he has a lot of really good things going for him. And I'm excited to see what he does too, because I know him personally, and I know he's not the type of person that's going to get in there and just sit back. One thing he has said is his office will be open for all, not just a select few, which is a good thing. I mean, you have the potential to be overrun a little bit, maybe if everybody takes advantage of it. I don't think people will, but.
Yeah, they will.
That will be nice that you can just go talk to the mayor. And
I think that has to do with not youngness as age, but youngness. Like if he gets elected, he really will have an open door policy.
Yeah.
After years of doing that, because this is one of Walt's things, that he was inaccessible. The only time you could talk to him is if you could get an appointment at a city council meeting.
Yeah.
Well, after 16 years of an open door policy, you're probably ready to blow the place up. Let's just, no matter who you are, what you vote for.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure every politician says, day one, I'm taking the locks off the door. Like, cool. So that's not new.
Yeah.
And in another note, water's wet. I'm voting for him. If he, like we said, If they found out he was strangling puppies,
Yeah, that'd be like the puppies had it coming.
those were some bad puppies.
Yeah, because he's national championship, played for the Bear.
Because if you think about it, actual like run of the mill conservatives are not Klansmen.
Yeah.
So if you have,
they're not shamans either, or whatever that guy was.
but they're not like.
They're not going to not vote for him because he's
black.
Yeah.
And so, if anything, him being black will pull some Democrats to the right.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to have, your run-of-the-mill Republican's not going to be like, all right, let's vote for Houston. Wait, he's a black guy?
Yeah.
Crap. Just vote for Walt again. Like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
As much as the news would want you to think that.
We've talked about it before, too, like well, where were all the racists when Obama got elected?
Yeah.
Like, if there was going to be this big, massive...
Yeah. I didn't see not one Klan hood, not one rally while he was president.
But, anyways, so we're I think we're both...
$15 minimum wage is going to suck. That's
which,
democracy's dead, by the way.
But we've got 3 more mayoral candidates.
Yep.
I think is going to be good. Either way, it's going to be good.
Tuscaloosa County, during the presidential election, went red for the first time in like 20 or 30 years, too.
That's got good
trend.
news for him.
It's a trend. Yeah.
Good news for Martin.
Yep. What else we got?
So, with talking about Tuscaloosa mayor, I ran across this article. There's a thing on TikTok going around right now that's like...
Tell me all about it.
Tell me you're a Republican without telling me you're a Republican. And then like somebody shows them a bunch of guns or something like that. So there's a list, 20 ways to say you're from Tuscaloosa without saying you're from Tuscaloosa. So
do you want to start at 20 and go down?
Oh yeah, that'll be better.
And then do you want to alternate between the two? So it's not just you talking the whole time? Not that you don't have a beautiful voice.
That's fine.
But I have the article pulled up too.
You've got a better microphone, so.
Yeah, I do.
You make the drive to Pearl Garden just for the egg rolls.
We don't have a Pearl Garden.
Yeah, the one right here. The restaurant that's right next to not Billy's, Buddy's. That's Pearl Garden.
There's a restaurant next to Buddy's?
Me and you've been there. It's a Chinese restaurant right next to Buddy's, rib and steak.
Downtown Northport? Oh, Buddy's rib. Where's that?
That's on Lurleen.
Oh. I have not been to that restaurant.
Yeah, me and you went there.
No, we didn't.
With Bubba. It was a small
Why
group.
Did me and you and Bubba
It was a small group that he had where he just went and ate at different places.
And just me and you and him went?
No. We went, but you were a part of that small group, and I was there, and you were there.
Did me and you sit at some other table? Because we probably didn't get
We
in the main
didn't know
table.
each other, I don't think.
Really?
This was like an initial...
Oh, wow.
This was a long time ago.
It meant something to you because you remember that.
Anyways, so...
Are their egg rolls good?
I don't know. I don't like egg rolls. And I've went there that one time.
I have amnesia from it. So.
And it wasn't that great. So, anyways.
That was number 20, though.
Yeah. That's number 19.
You plan your lunch break commute around the Amtrak schedule.
I don't know when the Amtrak runs.
Is that the buses?
No, that's the...
train?
The train.
When was this article written?
Today. This week.
Who's driving over on Greensboro by the trains? Okay.
You missed Big Bad Wolf's barbecue nachos with every fiber of your being.
I'll give you that.
I don't remember it.
They were the ones that would set up on the side of Houndstooth.
Yeah, I remember that. Days. I just don't remember.
They were good.
Okay.
Right. I mean, they tasted like stadium nachos. It's not like they were...
Number 17.
You are immune to COVID-19 and several other transmittable diseases because you use the bathroom at the old Egan's. I've never been in the Egan's, but I know where it is.
Yeah.
Man, this list.
Number 16. Yeah. People regularly ask you to get them football tickets.
That used to happen.
Yeah, like in college and stuff. Yeah. I've had family members do that. Yeah. I get that. So at 16, we finally hit one we agree with.
Number 15. Chick-fil-A's being closed on Sundays bums you out, but the only Sunday restaurant closure that truly breaks your heart is Catfish Heaven. I'm on board with that. Cat Heaven's fantastic. I didn't know they weren't open on Sundays.
I was about to say,
But-
I agree with this sentiment, but I didn't go there enough on Sundays or try to go there
Yeah.
on Sundays to even know that.
So that's like a half. 14.
Orange triggers you for two reasons: Tennessee and road work. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
We have a lot. If you had never
My
been to
gosh.
Tuscaloosa, the entire city is under construction.
At all times.
Yeah.
And has been.
We finally took the arch down.
Well, because
We got to put it back up.
they messed it up
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
So that's 0 for 3 there, Walt. Appreciate it.
All right,
That's
number 13.
Houston, on his like banner, he should have like a crooked arch over the top of his name. That would be hilarious. 13.
13.
You wait at least 2 seconds before the light turns green because you know literally everyone runs red lights all the time. It's just because it's all college students around here.
Yeah.
They can't drive.
I think that's a
It's just as
that's a
bad as
good
anywhere,
rule
though.
of thumb.
Yeah, you need to wait a second or
Yeah.
two.
Don't think you're in gone in 60 seconds and romp on the gas every time the light turns green.
Yeah. 12.
The entire front of house staff at Avenue Pub knows you on a first name basis.
They probably know you.
They probably
You
know
go
my
there
face.
all the
They definitely
time.
don't know my name.
Right.
But they know my face, I think.
They got a good burger.
Great burger. Best
They've
burger in
got
Tuscaloosa.
They have a great fried chicken sandwich too.
Yeah. Fried chicken's
That
good.
patty is as big as a frisbee.
We went to
Where'd you go?
the Druid City Social.
Social?
Social.
Social?
Druid City Social.
There you go.
The other night to go eat. It's in the old train station downtown. It used to be like Bistro 301 or something.
Yeah.
That was a cool little. I'd never been in the building
You
before.
talking about it looks like you're in San Francisco because the road goes like this.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
all stacked down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good?
Yeah, we enjoyed it. We really enjoyed
Druid
it.
City Social.
Druid City Social. Yeah. All right, number 11.
You have a minimum of 2 Taco Casa hacks. Dip the burrito in beefy queso, y'all. Taco Casa's cat food.
I love Taco Casa. I don't have any
hacks
though.
You need a daggum Spanish degree to read the menu. They don't have like nothing's explained.
Taco burger. Yeah,
No.
I need to figure that one out.
I went there not that long ago. I've been here 11 years. I've tried 11 times. I'm 0 for 11. I'm about to quit. But
Yeah.
when you go to the drive-thru,
Taco pizza. God, that's gonna be a hard one.
no, when you go to the menu in the drive-thru,
Yeah.
the big old board,
Uh-huh.
there's 3 pictures:
Uh-huh.
the nachos, the taco burger, and then something else are in pictures with the name under it.
Yeah.
Everything else is in like literal Spanish. Like I'm supposed to know what a enchalupa is or something like that. Like I'm just supposed to
Yeah.
know what that is.
I don't know.
But you're going to put a picture of the nachos up. Like somebody needs a reference
Yeah.
to nachos. Or the taco burger,
don't
which
know
is just
what it-
manwich.
Yeah.
It's just a sloppy Joe. Okay.
Number 10. You remember eating at the old Hokkaido. I
Yeah.
do remember that.
That was good.
That was good. New Hokkaido is good too, but old Hokkaido.
Yeah.
There will be a place in my heart forever for that place. That was the first Japanese restaurant I'd ever eaten at. And I thought, it doesn't get any better than this.
Hokkaido's good.
And it was true.
Yeah.
Hokkaido is the best Japanese in town. Number 9.
Excuse me. You have extremely strong opinions on Dreamland versus Archibald's.
I have an opinion. I wouldn't say it's a strong opinion.
What about Full Moon? Does that get
Oh,
on there
no.
too?
Full Moon, because Full Moon's not local.
Okay, so Dreamland and Archibald's.
Yeah. Dreamland.
Archibald's is better. That wasn't planned.
That was not planned at all. Dreamland's way better.
But in general, we disagree on a lot more stuff than like close friends disagree on.
Yeah.
most
that's
of the
true.
time. It's all tertiary and doesn't
Yeah.
matter. But
Yeah, like universal health care.
yeah, definitely. So
right.
you like Dreamland?
Absolutely. The sauce is just steps above everybody else.
Keep your white bread. That's
No,
That's
I
a
love
waste of
sitting
money.
there.
That's
Oh
a
my
waste of
gosh,
space
dude.
on my plate.
No. We go there.
You don't tell me you just go there just for the white
no,
bread.
not just for the white. I go there just for the sauce. Essentially, that's the main reason I go. Number 8. Your birthday celebration always starts with pancakes at City Cafe. I don't think
not
not even
4:30 in
once.
the morning.
Yeah.
We did a small group there at like 5:30 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
That place is just like
Oh,
every
it's
other meat and
packed.
3 in the world. Though.
It's packed.
As far as like food,
Mm-hmm.
it is
Oh yeah, it's all
It is a
lunchroom food.
run-of-the-mill meat and three.
Yeah. There's nothing. There's nothing.
I
special.
sure as heck had never gotten pancakes from a restaurant.
I don't remember getting pancakes from there ever. I do like pancakes though.
But can you doll up a pancake?
Well, you don't go there for dolled up food anyway. But
True, but like this is making it seem like
it's the best pancakes in the world.
They got some banging pancakes. It's just dough and water.
I'm glad.
Like flour.
I'm glad you got number 7.
You refer to our mayor by his first name, Walt.
Walt.
Well, he's been here 16 years. My gosh.
He's just an old friend.
He should be pal. Everybody should just,
Our mayor pal.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a hard time with this one.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
You can do the next two.
Yeah.
I love emphasis.
Okay.
And the importance of emphasis.
Okay, go for it.
You know it's Skyland, not Skyland.
That sounded like the same thing.
You want to try it again? But close your eyes. It's Skyland, not Skyland.
So, to me, it's Skyland.
So you're still putting your emphasis on the sky,
Yeah.
which is where it's supposed to be. People not from here will call it Skyland.
I got you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But it is correctly Skyland.
Yeah. Skyland.
Because what kind of land is it?
Sky.
It's Skyland.
Yeah. Number 5, you know at least 4 shortcuts to avoid McFarland traffic.
More than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Way more than that. You're a firefighter. You have to know shortcuts.
Yeah.
Every job I've had in college and after
if
college
you have
was driving.
to go down McFarland, it's a bad day.
Yeah.
Mr. T has saved your life.
I don't know who that is.
That's the cowboy guy down over in 5 Points with the.
I love that dude.
Yeah.
Bruh, if you're not paying attention though, and everybody around you's honking, it can get pretty hairy.
You get kind of nervous.
It's just like, what is it?
Yeah.
We're at a red light, pal. But yeah, dude, he has worn a divot. He's working on a little Grand Canyon down there. Just walking.
He's
rain, sleet, or snow, baby. That guy's great.
If you
I
don't
didn't know
know,
it was Mr. T though. I didn't know that.
If you don't know who we're talking about, there's a guy in town who every single day holds up a sign that says Jesus saved your life, and he's out there showing that sign off every single day in cowboy boots.
Jesus loves you.
Cowboy hat. He's a man.
Yeah. And we live 30 seconds from there.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
And there, you'd be surprised at how many people pull over and he talks to in the parking lot.
I can imagine so, yeah.
It's a lot.
Hey, he's probably doing more for the gospel than we are.
I was just about to say he's doing more than we are. I was just about to say that if you didn't.
He's doing more than we are, bud. All right, you got number 3.
Yes. Let me get back to it. Number 3, you avoid Target, restaurants, and basically everything on university the week the students come back.
I would say more than just the week that students come back.
Yeah, it's the whole time they're here.
Yeah.
It's like we hibernate and you go out.
Summer, man.
Dude, this place.
You have the infrastructure of
a giant
200,000 people city
with
100,000 people in
here.
it. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's aside from the tumbleweeds.
We should build every city like this.
Yeah.
Just over infrastructure. Every single city.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Man. And that December break too,
Mm-hmm.
when everybody's really gone and you can go to any restaurant you've ever dreamt of.
Yeah. You can go to any of those on campus and just love it.
It's great.
Number 2, you have a favorite Waffle House and refer to it as the good Waffle House. I will say that I do prefer Waffle Houses over other ones.
Oh no, I have a favorite one.
Which
one?
The
one right by Crunch Fitness on 15th.
See, that is probably one of my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Only because when it brand new opened, we lived on Hargrove, not far from it, and we would go there like once a week.
My favorite one is over here
on the corner by the old folks' home.
Yeah.
Behind KFC, kind of.
Yeah,
that's a good one too.
Yeah. All right.
The one over by Hooters is Tarash.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
There's been a shootout at that one.
There's been
at least one that I remember.
There's been some at the one that's your favorite too.
I don't doubt that.
All right, number 1, drum roll.
You came up with the article, so you can do it.
Oh, you got it.
All right. Number 1, you plan your entire life around Bama's football schedule and can reference said schedule without Googling it because you memorized it the day it was released.
Not for either of us.
At all.
But I get the sentiment. I get people in
That's
Tuscaloosa.
patronizing. And a bit.
Patronizing?
Yeah.
Not patronizing.
That's the same thing.
Patronizing.
They're the same thing. It's just a different way to say it.
Pate.
That is patronizing. Is that better for you?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Jesus. Was it that hard? Yeah, that was a good little list. I like that.
Yeah.
Something local to us. I
Well,
saw
we
that.
have like 4 things we agree.
Yeah, pretty much. There wasn't a ton that we liked on there. Speaking of patronizing, Disney's new movie, Pixar's Soul. It's a movie about a guy who he loves jazz.
Mm-hmm.
He finally gets his big break in jazz.
And falls down a sewer pipe.
Like
and
Mario.
lands in the subway. Did you notice that? When he comes to, he's laying in the middle of the train station underground.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Like he just fell through a hole into the train
and then
station.
there's a train station down below. I didn't realize
I
that.
don't think that's how that works. Like there's not a direct shot through a manhole to the street.
I don't think so.
But I guess they didn't want him to come to in a sewer.
Yeah. So anyways, his soul leaves his body.
Because he dies.
And he's about to go to the
white
great
light.
beyond. And then he decides, I don't want to do that. And he goes down where they have all the...
It's like pre-birth.
Yeah,
It's
pre-birth
a bunch of baby souls.
And he gets mistaken for a mentor and takes one of the souls to Earth and tries to help him out.
Because each of these baby souls, they're basically on like a Boy Scout system where you have to like earn badges to get to Earth and be born.
Mm-hmm.
He gets hooked up with this terrible...
Who's played by Amy Poehler. That's the...
Amy. No, it's Tina Fey.
Tina Fey? Okay, Tina Fey.
Brown-headed from...
Yeah.
Tina Fey.
Yep.
And
you're right.
What's the guy's name? That's the main character. He's a great actor.
Eddie Griffith.
No. Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey,
and then just a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get this. He's trying to get back to Earth.
Yeah. He's trying to get this girl, this soul, to get her patch so that he can get back to Earth.
He can get her patch because she doesn't want the patch.
Yeah, she does. She wants to stay being
she's a
soul.
curmudgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
end up tripping into the hole that sends you to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
They pinpoint his apartment, and they're going in, and he goes into his cat, and the stupid girl baby soul thing goes into his body.
Yeah, and then so she's living in his body, and helps him to figure out
that you shouldn't just have one thing that makes your life important.
Yeah.
That life itself
is important.
And she's a big curmudgeon, doesn't want to go to Earth. And as she's experiencing the beauty of Earth, she decides she's going to stay and steal his body.
Yeah.
And then they chase each other, and he gets it back, and they go back to whatever they called it.
His jazz club thing, and then plays at the jazz club.
He goes back with Tina Fey, leaves her there.
Yeah.
Just desperate.
Which is what their plan was.
Yeah.
So it's on her. It's on her.
Yeah. So he leaves her up there, and he gets his ticket back. He goes and his life goal is to be a professional jazz musician,
and gets
the gig with the chick that's going to take him to the top, and he plays with them, and it goes really well, and everybody loves it. And then they're outside at the end with the lady, and
he realizes
he's like, this wasn't that great.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, oh gosh, he wants to teach. He loves being that music teacher. That's his passion. That was his actual passion. So he goes back
up there
to give Tina Fey his ticket.
Yeah.
So he's technically like suiciding himself.
Yeah,
for
giving
her to
his
come
life
to
up
Earth.
so that she can experience the things that she needs to experience.
Yep. And then when he gives it to her, she thanks him, and it's beautiful and great. And she jumps and she goes and lives a life. And then like the teachers in the pre-soul life area are like, hey, we we noticed that was a great thing you did. Here's another ticket.
Yeah.
And then he goes back, and now he's just going to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And the internet hated it.
Well, no, the internet liked it for
Yeah.
the most part. The reviews were pretty good, but it was racist.
Yeah. And
The way that it was racist,
we watched it both separately.
I didn't think a thing about it was
could not
racist.
find. The only thing I could find was when the girl's taking a shower in his body for the first time, and she's like, "Oh, the hot water. Oh, the soap. Oh, this is all great." And he's like, "Make sure to throw a little lotion on afterwards." Because black people get ashy.
Yeah, that
was the one thing. And then the other thing was how like stereotypical the barbershop scene was when he's getting his hair cut before the concert. Those were the only two things that you could even just like create some kind of racist thing. That was for me watching it, because you told me there's stuff on the internet about how racist it is.
And then you had to go watch it.
And that's the only two things that I could even fathom that somebody could try and make racist.
So what people actually thought was racist was
that he had a cat?
No. So the Soul, which
Tina Fey?
Okay. Which her name in the movie was 22.
Yep.
Should have been cast by a African American person. And that we don't need a white savior to help us figure out life. Because she was the person that helped him figure out all the things that he needed to figure out. So,
you know what? I'm on board.
You're on board?
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't need a white baby being our savior. You're dang right.
Yeah.
I'm with you. You know what?
As black people.
Yes.
Okay.
I am in solidarity with that. Heck yeah.
Really?
Let's burn Tina Fey to the ground, because she shouldn't have accepted the role.
Yeah,
she should have known.
She should have known. She should have gave it up.
And Jamie Foxx for letting it happen.
Yeah.
He burn him up too. I agree. That's Disney.
Disney.
Put 'em out.
You should have been thinking before you
could
did what you
dare
were doing.
Cast a world famous professional actress to play a role in a movie
Yeah.
with a lot of talking? Dear God in heaven.
Yeah. Should have been somebody else.
Is there somewhere I can go to join the crew?
Sign the petition.
Yeah. Do they have a?
I'm sure there's a change.org.
Do they have a change.org for Disney and Tina Fey and
Jamie
I almost said
Foxx.
Wesley Snipes?
Yeah.
Throw him in there too.
Yeah.
He should have
Wesley
said something
Snipes.
about it.
Yeah. Should have stopped it before it began, honestly.
Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, y'all are the worst
People on the
racist
planet.
white people I've ever heard of. Especially Jamie Foxx.
Yep, absolutely.
You white devil.
Tell them.
I'm glad you told me that. I've learned.
Yeah.
I wish you were black and had told me, so it would have meant more. But yeah.
Speaking of Jamie Foxx, I watched that Project Power the other day on Netflix.
Was not any good.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
You like Soul too, so
I did like Soul.
I run all my
like
Disney
movies.
movies. Okay, we're done with all this Soul stuff.
Yeah.
I run all my Disney movies through the filter of Toy Story 3. Because I cried at the end of Toy Story 3.
When he had to give his toys up.
No. Have you seen Toy Story 3?
Yeah, that's what didn't
The
they?
one with the bear that's a bad guy, and they're in the
yeah, and then Andy gave his toys away.
at the very end.
Well, you
but
said
when they're
the
all
end.
trying to escape
You were
the
crying.
dump, and then they're
They're
all
about to
going
get-
towards the thing, and instead of fighting anymore, they just hold hands.
So something broke that hard heart of yours.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You showed some emotion.
A year and a half ago, my daughter broke my heart. I am a puddle of mud a lot of the times.
Yeah.
But Toy Story, I'm all worked up now thinking about Toy
okay.
Story 3. Get your clammy white hand off of me.
It's okay.
Get your white hand off me. I don't need any help from
Don't
a
touch
white
me,
man.
bro.
Stinking. Better than me, white man. But yeah, Toy Story 3 is the pinnacle of Disney, in my opinion. So if it's not close to Toy Story 3,
So you're saying
I don't need that. I need to cry.
any movie can't be as good as Toy Story 3, so they need to just stop trying.
No, I didn't say any of that. I just said I run my filter off if it's a good Disney movie or not, based off of Toy Story 3.
I just enjoy the movie.
That's fine.
I don't have to compare it to.
I didn't expect you to go deeper with movies.
I just
the
enjoy
colors were
movies.
there.
Yeah,
and they had cool music.
there were people.
And
the colors, as in it was in color, not black and white, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and they had pretty colors.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was just making sure.
Not coloreds. I'll take them as they come. Whatever,
Anyways.
whatever color the voice is, let's go. But
Yeah,
so if it's not, Toy Story 3 is the
top.
That's the filter.
Yeah.
Soul didn't get anywhere near it.
I mean, I also didn't expect it to be as good as.
Well, if you read other stuff on the internet, it's supposed to be like the transcendental new.
It reminded me a lot of Inside Out.
It's because it was made by the same people and the same designs. Like the people look the same. It was that new bubbly.
Yeah.
It was made by the same people. But
yeah. Speaking of Tina Fey, there's no good transition into this. So, I keep up with The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. There's a new season of The Bachelor. Last season on The Bachelorette, there was a girl she was the Bachelorette. So if you had never seen the show, she is standing there and there's 31 guys vying for her attention that want to get engaged.
The best way to find a mate.
That want to get engaged. And I think statistically it's been proven over the course of all the Bachelor years that is the only way to meet somebody. Because there's only like 2 people out of 40 seasons that have stuck together. Anyways, one girl, 30 guys vying for her attention.
She's like an old lady this time, isn't she?
Claire Crawley, she was a little bit older.
She's like in her late 30s.
Yeah, super old. God.
For a TV show about finding a husband or wife.
Anyway. So, first episode.
Put this on. I'm getting sick.
First episode, she said she sees a guy walk past and she says, I think I found my husband. First episode, like as soon as he walks through the door and talks to her, she was like, I think I found my husband. The next 3 to 4 episodes were just her not giving any time to any of the other guys and just going and making out with Dale is this guy's name. She would literally, and then like somebody would like come like knock on the door and be like, hey, I'm going to steal her for a second. And then she'd be like, just give Dale a few more minutes. And there was times in the show where she literally told the producers, is it bad if I just tell everybody else to go home? Like, you're like 3 weeks into knowing this guy. You have spent a total of an hour and a half with the guy.
Being filmed.
So
neither one of you are acting.
So she actually leaves the show like 3
with
weeks
Dale?
in. Dale had the option.
Did he stay?
No, he went with her. But she was like hard pressed on, this is the guy that I'm going to marry. They broke up this week.
Oh, no. What?
You know what it was over? They couldn't figure out which city to live in.
Oh, they didn't talk about that in the 3 weeks they knew each other?
I guess not.
They didn't decide that?
They were too busy making out. You can't talk about where you're going to live with your making out. That's just facts, man.
Yeah.
It says, arguments about where to live. Dale wants to live in a lively city and focus on his career. And Claire is rooted in Sacramento to help care for her mother. It's been very tense between them in recent weeks. The model has been living in New York, and the hairstylist has been spending time in Northern California.
Which?
He was a model. Which?
God!
Hold on. This is funny. So he was a model, right? And then after the show started coming out, people started researching like, hey, what's he been a model in? And there were all these like Party City. Like he was just dressed up in like a taco costume with like Macarinas or not Macarinas. What are those things called?
Maracas. I almost couldn't get it out.
But yeah, and then he was like in a Superman costume.
If I had to guess, that's what most models are.
Probably so.
Or they're a model at their cousin's boutique. I bet that's what most models
that probably
are.
is.
Yeah.
That probably is. But yeah.
I paid for some photographs one time. Yeah.
Turns out you can't find your mate in 1 week.
I hate that. I hate that. Man.
And they were so destined to be together that you couldn't just be like, well, one one of you couldn't just say.
Just think of all the 30 other guys that were there for ulterior motives too.
Oh yeah, everybody's there for ulterior
Man,
motives.
she didn't get to
If you're telling
fake
me,
hang out with 30 other guys.
you're telling me I can go on a TV show
and possibly get some Instagram followers off of it.
Hey, not even Instagram followers, just deals.
Yeah.
Like somebody pays for you to like. All they do, if you're in the top 3, you are guaranteed
Something.
that you're going to make 6 figures after the show.
At least
Guaranteed.
for a couple of years.
Yeah,
As
you're
long
going to
as
go
you're
parties.
relevant.
People are going to pay you to come to their parties. They're going to pay you to go on another Bachelor TV show or something.
Yeah.
And then, hey,
The reunion show, and you can rekindle
you
everybody.
best
They'll forget
believe
you.
I'd be there.
You can then get drunk on Snapchat and ruin your career, and then try and come back, but you're focusing on yourself right now, so you're staying off the grid.
Yeah.
And that just really means that you're in a deep spiral depression. And that,
Nobody in particular that we're talking
were you
about.
thinking of somebody? I was just going.
coming up.
I was
with
just being like across the board.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, come on now.
I was just saying generally that's what
Hannah
happened.
Brown.
Who?
Hannah Brown. Stop it.
Do we know her?
Stop it. You're ridiculous. You're
I
ridiculous.
just meant that tends to happen with all of them.
Okay. Okay.
I did, Hannah Brown or Black? What'd you say?
Anyways,
Vote for Houston.
vote for Houston. Don't go on a TV show to find your love.
Yeah.
Love your life.
Yep. Democracy's dead.
Don't listen to a little girl.
Yep. Black Power.
Oh gosh.
Well, that's what we talked about.
Anyways, thanks for watching.
Appreciate it, guys.
We'll see y'all
What
next
is it?
week.
Stay, be
Oh,
positive
gosh.
and stay
Yeah,
negative. Test
yeah.
negative.
Oh gosh. Hope everybody's staying positive and testing negative.
Thank you for letting us into
Yeah.
your homes, your vehicles, your hearts, your minds,
Your iPod, your Zoom, or Zune, whatever those things
your
were.
phone, your computer, your hearts, your minds,
Yeah.
and Josh's in tagline.
All right. Go again.
Thank you for letting us into your car, your phone, your computer, your hearts and minds.
And your butts.
Have a good one.